Hi, fellow traders. I hope everybody had a great start to the week. I mean, it was an awesome day over here. We had a great start to the week, a lot better than I thought it was going to be. It being a holiday, the banks were closed. I didn't think we'd have enough volatility in the market to really make any money, but I've been wrong before. That was just my thought. But no matter what, we're always prepared. We always got a plan and be ready to execute that plan. And that's the way the day went. Um, so we'll talk a little bit more about that um, here in a few. It was just for the weekend I had, and a couple of you asked about, I didn't get to do a Rolling with Ed video yesterday. But the problem is, I got my wallet stolen from me, right up from under me. I was at the Sprint store with my son. We were getting, upgrading his phone. And, I had to pay for this and then had to stop and sign the little the iPad or whatever they got. You got to sign that. And, I had to give him my license. And then the process of all of that, I think I just set my wallet down there on the desk. And when we went over to look at something, I just, forgot about it for that minute and it was gone. After that, the wallet was gone. And, I don't keep cash in it, so I wasn't worried about losing any cash. I never keep cash in my wallet. But, it's the fact that I was that careless to a certain extent. And then, I've got to go stand in line at the DMV to get another license. I've got to go to the bank and take care of that because unfortunately, I had to take the money out on Friday to pay for my daughter's school next semester. And I had my savings account stuff in my wallet from Friday. So now I got to go. It's just stuff it's just a headache. It takes time out of your life to have to deal with this stuff. And then the feeling of your life being invaded, it's just crazy. But we'll get back on track here. And I was fine. I was dealing with it fine. And then I realized that today was a holiday and all the banks are closed and the DMV is closed. So I've got to ride dirty for another day until I can get to the DMV and get my license. But it was just a crazy start to the day for me this week. But this trading today really brought it around. So the question I have for you right quick is, what does success look like to you? What does your success look like? Is it, being able to do what you see in these pictures, live life on your own terms, be able to trade and make money in other parts of the world? These pictures are in Turks and Caicos. First time I actually traded outside of the country, and made money, and you could trade and pay for your vacation while you're on vacation, spending, maybe an hour or two a day on the computer at most, or just a day that you have free in the morning, knock it out. But, does your success look like that to you? Or does your success run deeper? For me, mine runs a little bit deeper. And, my success is my family. It's being able to do things and give my family things that I couldn't 5 years ago, or 4 years ago, or 3 years ago, for that matter. I could only dream of being able to do the things that I'm doing because of the situation I was in. And I did not understand what I had inside of me. we all have the ability to do whatever we want to do to achieve our dreams. The problem is so many people are telling us that it's foolish and that we need to be safe and secure. And a lot of times it's just a lie for that people are telling you so that you could work for them and make them rich while they live their dreams. You know, it's ridiculous. You know how hard and how far back my hands were tied. And until I broke free, until I realized that my family is what drives me. And that is the most powerful force in the world. And you may not have a family yet. You may be dreaming of having a family. You know, you may want to do all of this first so that you have the ability to give it to them when the time is right. And that's great. But just know, it runs deeper than just ourselves. You know, we have to look deep down inside of us. And it's there. You know, it goes back to what I've always said. And it's kind of a knockoff from what Arthur Ashe said, you know, back in his heyday. But, you know, start where you are with what you have. Because what you have is plenty. Now, I'm not saying follow these idiots that are telling you can start. There's this app where I saw an advertisement for some app that says you start trading with $5. Are you crazy? No. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about legitimately having enough money together to where you can start learning how to trade and, you know, developing the skills and everything that you need, the patience, the discipline, all of those things you need to start learning how to develop. Because most of us, 99% of us, do not have that right off the bat. And it's a little bit different in trading. So, you know, start where you are with what you have, because I'll guarantee you what you have is enough. You know, even if you don't have enough to start trading, you need to start learning. You need to start training yourself and getting yourself ready, because you never know when that opportunity is going to present itself. All right. Tomorrow, you know, I had several people email me and say, when are you going to do this again? Tomorrow, that's it. One day only. The two for deal. It's just as simple as whatever subscription you get, you double it. You get a month, you double it. You get a quarter, you double it. You get a year, you double it. If you get one of the mentoring packages, you double it. So it's just as simple as that. One day only, just for tomorrow. And this will be the last time you see it this year. Because this is the only special that actually costs me money and puts me in the red. So I'm not going to do this that often. But had a lot of interest in it. I said I'd bring it back this month. And here it is. So just for tomorrow. Join me Wednesday. We're going to do Sneak Peek Wednesday again. Last week we had to do it on Thursday because Wednesday was such a crappy day. So I went ahead and did it Thursday as well. So hopefully this Wednesday we'll be right on point and we don't have to go backwards to go forwards. All you got to do is go to my YouTube channel. If you're watching this video, you know exactly where it is. Subscribe and it'll tell you exactly when I'm going live, or just be on my channel about 8:30 Wednesday morning and we will get started. And I'll take you through how I start my morning. It's consistent. I do it every day. And starting your day out consistent is the best way to have a consistent trading day. If you start your day in chaos, your trading day is going to be chaos. All right, so we did have two stocks on watch today, LITE and I got BZUN. All right, so LITE, both of these stocks had gapped down significantly. You can see huge gap down. Of course, when the market opens, it's going to be on SSR. So I shared with you my hotkey on how I get in these stocks that are on SSR. Some of you have given me feedback that's used it and said it works just like I said. You know, I'm not going to lie about something and give it to you. But I actually tried to use it to get in LITE today. I just waited a couple of seconds too late because as soon as I hit the button, it put my order in on the ask at 70, at like 41.70. And as soon as the order posted, this thing dropped to 41.35. Now, and we had already talked about the spread and how jumpy this thing was. These are the type stocks that will give you fits. And really, I do not advocate trading these. I took the position because I felt we had a good chance to make a good move down. We were not breaking the 52-week low, but was this one? Yeah, we were breaking the 52-week low. So I felt we had a good chance of making a good solid run if we could get a good entry. But I couldn't get a good entry on this. Some of you got in that clicked it right on time. I was just a little bit too late. And so I'm not going to chase it down. And didn't take this trade. BZUN, this one was a little bit slow. Okay, this one, here's the first 5-minute candle. And you see the wick on this. It's more than twice the body. So we revert to the body for our opening range. Low. And right here we broke through. This kind of hung up a little bit too long right here for me. It just wasn't moving for a minute. And I had my finger on the button, but I just didn't hit it. I didn't have the confidence to hit it. So I went and just looked at something else, and by the time I got back, it was too late to get in. But this one was another good one. It actually made the full move I was looking for, and then some, after this pullback. But I didn't get in this on the pullback because I was already trading my my other plan I had that I shared with you guys. All right, so my other plan was kind of a continuation of last week. So, Thursday and Friday, I was looking for this to pull back to the 200. On Friday, we did get a pullback to the 200, but it didn't hold. And it kind of bounced back. So, I fought long and hard about leaving that position on over the weekend. And I really felt that we may come back and give a test of this before we bounced. So I left it on, wanting to get another test of the 200, maybe a little dip below it. But I felt that we would hold this today. I felt we would get a dip below it, which would allow me to make some decent money on this, but then pull back and hold the VWAP. That's what I mean, the 200 and the 20. That was my thesis going into the day. So this morning, I'm like, if the market's not right, we should be able to make some money off of this. And I was explaining it to you guys in chat, what I was looking for or how we can make some money off of this. If it tested the 20 and the 9, and then it kind of tried to dip down and sell off. Now, I was wanting it to touch this level here, which lined up here pretty good with that pivot. I wanted to see it touch this and then come back up. We would have a little wick like this. But it didn't do that today. You can see we put in, we kind of ran up, but then we were selling off. We were a little bit weak coming into the open. Here we pushed up. We could not make a new high. The market opened, ticked up a little bit, and then started to sell off. So I knew at that point we were going to get a test of this. And so I said, if we sell through this, it's going to be good. So I got exactly what I wanted to see out of the open. Here's the 200. Here's a little tick below it. But I said, hey, if we pull back and we lose, and we reject this, and we start to come down, here's one level here, but here's where I thought the floor would be if we pulled all the way back. Because here was the 20, and then we had another level here, 273.52. I thought this would be the floor. I had no idea we were going to tap this, 273. But it was just a lot better trade than I anticipated. Now, I didn't trade this perfectly. In my small account, this should have been a $500 day. But like I told you guys this morning, mentally, I just wasn't 100%. I was still upset about my wallet and the fact that everything was closed today. I couldn't get my bank account squared away. I couldn't get it protected. And I couldn't get my driver's license. So I was kind of frustrated this morning, and it caused me to trade a little crazy. Okay, so here's a small account. I only got $256, 15 tickets, because I was just all over the damn place. That's all I could say, is that I was just all over the place. You can see I was trying to put in stops, and unfortunately, I have enough buying power now. I could buy 600 shares of this, but I wasn't going to max this out. I was only going to do 300 shares, and I bought here, and here I'm trying to put in a sell order, and I ended up hitting buy, and it automatically bought. So I ended up with 600 shares, and then I sold 300 up here on this pop, and we came back, and I ended up just selling the rest. Here we go again. I bought, and I'm getting ready to put in I only got 200 shares this time. And I'm saying, okay, I need to go ahead and put my stop in. Damn if I didn't put in a buy stop. Buy stop. So as soon as I put the stop in, it bought 200 more shares. So the same thing I did here, I did it again, and I didn't want to be in with 400 shares. Because of the way this thing can move and how far it can move and how fast, this is a 2 times, volatility ETF. It could get cranking if it went. So, I just wasn't myself. I was not myself this morning. Plus, I'm trying to trade the same thing in my other account. I'm switching back and forth. You guys saw me switch back and forth in chat. It's because I'm trying to show you what I'm doing in both. And I'm doing a piss poor job at it. But, here I covered some, or sold some here, sold some here. We didn't quite get to my target. I think I had 43.75. We didn't quite get to it. And once we got this pullback, I sold it. And then I got back in on this bounce. Sold some here. And then ended up getting stopped out. Back toward break even. All of this is what I realized is that, hey, I really, honestly and truly probably should have been scalping this, and I didn't. So, I went to lunch, and here coming back, I get in like extremely late. I'm in very late. And I end up getting in up here and then selling some here. We didn't quite get to 44, and then ended up having to sell some, get out the rest. I got a little slippage on this stop. But, so this wasn't the best, it wasn't the best trading, but I made money. So I'm not going to really cry about it. I'm just upset that I didn't trade, my best. I really could have added some more money. Really could have added some more money to this. I could have been. Well, this might have put me over 5. I have to check and see. But this was a nice. It was a nice addition. There are a lot of days where you're just not going to get what you want. You're not going to trade well. The best thing that you can come out of that day is green. And that's what I got. I didn't trade very well today, and I ended up green, so I cannot complain. Especially since everything I got going on this week. What I got to look forward to at the end of the week, what I got to deal with tomorrow is just crazy. All right, so in my main account, okay, I held some over the weekend. So I ended up covering, selling some here. 300 shares here. Well, this order split, which it does sometimes. But it's the same order. They just split it. They matched it between two different orders. Whenever you see, and usually when you see this is when you know your order went to the open market, so to speak. Some of these do fill in house, even with Speed Trader. When you market, they do fill it in house. They do have a house route, so sometimes you'll see that. But normally, when you see your order split like that, that usually means it went out. Because usually when I look at the route, it's not the house route. But did sell these 300 shares. I sold another 150 up here. And then once this pulled back, I sold it. Because, again, I didn't know this thing. I didn't know what was going to happen. I was on edge. I wasn't really comfortable like I should have been. But once this thing held, I jumped back in and took some off here. And here's where I made another mistake. Instead of having stop, I had market. I did this for some reason. It jumped on me again, and I ended up marketing out, and then I just jumped back in because I knew we weren't stopping here, and I didn't want to be out. So I ended up having to get back in, and then sold some up here. I was detecting a lot of indecision, a lot of stuff that just didn't feel right. So I got some up here. I just took some off here on this candle, which was kind of smart because I would have been stopped out. It pulled all the way back. Here I ended up buying some here. And when it couldn't push up and we made a lower high, I bailed. And then when this thing held, I jumped back in. And so I think I traded this one as well as I could trade it. Here was the last one where I got in, and the last one where I got in right here, I had to hold through some stuff, but I was just going to hold this the rest of the day. I had a real nice cushion, so it wasn't no big deal. And ended up taking half off here. And I do still have some on right now. I'm debating on whether to take it off here or not. I got till 7 o'clock to decide. I don't know if I want to hold it overnight or not. I'm still kind of debating in my mind, looking at different scenarios, kind of watching the price action now. You know, it's kind of back and forth, so not really sure on that. But solid day. You know, 2096. I think if I had traded it perfectly, I probably could have got $3,000 on this, and probably could have got 500 on the small account if I'd done the right to trade it, you know, perfectly. But I'm happy. I'm not gonna complain. I'll take it, and we'll go into tomorrow, and you know, see what it's gonna offer. But whenever you start the week off good, it takes all the if I don't take another trade all week, I'm good. I mean, I'm damn good. I don't need to take another trade. But so it kind of helps your mentality, your mindset for the rest of the week. You don't feel stressed and, you know, like you need to force yourself to take a trade because you don't want to end the week on zero. But to be honest with you, I'd rather end on zero than red anytime. All right, so that's going to do it for me. You guys take it easy. Have a great night, and I will catch you tomorrow.